Let me
All right.
oops, cancel pause.
Press up your beat
cut off from everything, alienated, frightened of life
in the
and death.
pyramid, up and down like a hermit.
So what has to happen is we have to
Boom.
Tribe with the tribe, you deserve this. What's up, Devin? He's got the workspace assembly agent.
which is
That's
the way
insane,
we
kind of
really
crazy
are.
with this
An
AI.
organism functioning in
I know he
terms of
stay
the whole
fly
environment with
all the
no
way
design.
from Arizona. No,
Instead
where
of
are
this
you?
funny little separate
What's up,
personality.
Joy?
Hey,
How are
Joy.
you going to do that?
It's
Hey,
Joy,
You
Leyland.
everyone.
can't transform
We got
yourself.
Clint Arthur in the
You
house.
can't make yourself
What's
up,
up,
Lily?
Kermit?
You can't make yourself
Definitely
loving.
get up with
You
him
can't make
because his
yourself
photography
unselfish.
is immaculate.
And yet it's absolutely the
I
Yes.
mean, you want to taste on my palate.
I be trying to tell ya.
Not trying, you doing.
It's absolutely
We all
necessary.
getting geared up for Leyland's meditation.
I'm not going to
It's
say
Leland.
what we should do,
Right?
Leland,
Bruce Lee.
Bruce Lee.
but simply
It's Leland in America, Leyland in Europe, from in Italy where I'm from.
this critical situation.
Excellent,
Oh,
excellent.
is that right?
We
Yeah.
realize the
So often doing it
illusory
wrong.
nature of
Damn.
the beings that we think we
Yes,
You have a
And there-
preference.
are. Flip back again.
yes.
No preference.
We really are.
Either way works.
Excellent.
Which includes
I'm gonna stick with Leland because of the rhymes that I'm scheming. It just works because he's always be breathing.
Breathing on that shamanic fire
no longer left out.
because we are stepping into our desires.
Never stop dreaming.
All right, quickly send an invite to your friend to share with them that we're about to kick off Insane Mastermind real quick. I'm gonna invite 2-3 people real quick. Gotta get these numbers up. We're at 9 people, but an amazing speaker coming up. Let's give them the audience he deserves.
Yes. Like you say, we give thanks to Joy Grace, introducing us to this amazing man, human divinity, Mr. Clint Arthur, who's going to be sharing his gems and what it does when it comes to being empowered with your story and getting seen and heard. Yes, indeed. And Brittany and I had the opportunity to experience him, and we want to, have Miro, the hero, aka the fucking healer, lay it down for us. Yes, indeed. All right. Let me get some people in.
Invite at least 3 people, everybody.
Saying only the host can share this. Check that.
Here, let me put the link in the chat. Here's the link for people to share.
To the floor and make me see your energy because me not play no hide and seek. Often see the thing you ever make me feel weak, girl. Free. Cause anytime you whine and catch it, the selector pull it up and put it for repeat, girl. Me not touch a dollar in my pocket, cause nothing in this world ain't more than what you worth. I don't need no man. You worth more than diamond, more than gold. As long as I can feel the beat. Make the beat just take control. I don't need diamond, more than gold. As long as I keep dancing. Free up yourself, get out of control. Baby, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. Baby, I don't need dollar bills to have fun tonight. I don't need no man. You want more than diamond, more than gold. As long as I can feel the beat. Make the beat just take control. I don't need free up yourself,
All right, guys, it's 5 after. Let's make it happen.
Woo.
I think who's here is going to be who is here. Who's here is who's here. That's what I think.
Yep.
Oh yeah.
Let's just make it happen.
We got Chris Coach in the house. Oh, Chris Curtis.
All right.
Woo woo! All right, ladies and gentlemen, amazing souls, welcome to your amazing epicness Monday Manifest X Mastermind. Again, I'm Empress Nakasha, bringing on ancient knowledge and wisdom with digital currency. And we have some amazing souls who's going to be epically speaking into your soul today. So you can think outside the box and get to crop. You may say, Empress, what is crop? Well, we'll get there. But here's the deal. All I got to say is that we had an amazing shamanic healer who meditated in a deep meditation for us to step into our personal power. And when I say personal power, to rise on who we really are and begin to engage in the content so we can take our lives to the next level. So what we do here at Manifest X, if y'all know, what are the two main rules what we do at Manifest X? Can anyone open your mic and share with us, what do we do at Manifest X? How do we play? How do we play?
Out, have fun.
All right, epically play full on out. And then when we acknowledge someone, what do we do? What do we do?
Scream and holler, shout.
Okay, okay. And then somebody new coming in like, whoa, what's going on? The Holy Ghost, okay. But all I gotta say, yes, we play full on out. We welcome everybody because it's all about appreciation and gratitude. When you have that energy around you, it carries throughout the day in whatever situations you're dealing with. But all means necessary, let's welcome Leland up here to the mic to give us the meditation so then we be open for what Clint Arthur has delivered us today. Thank you so much.
My pleasure. Thank you for having me, y'all. What's up, y'all? How you doing?
Great.
Wonderful.
All right. So I'm going to start this, share the screen here. Give me just 1 second. We'll pop in a little music just to help you drop into the space. And for right now, obviously, if you're driving, I would like, if you're driving, no breath hold for you on this. You can move through the breath work, but don't do the hold unless you're, stopped in a parking lot or something. I want you to be safe on this. And for everybody else, find a seated position. Find that position that works for you. And just for the moment, close or soften your eyes. And sink into right now. The past and the future are just mental constructs. They don't actually exist. There is only now. Start to focus on your heart. Imagine your breath is flowing in and out of your heart or chest area. Breathing a little deeper and a little slower than usual. Keep the inhale and exhale even. As we prepare to move in and energize the body while settling the mind. Let yourself breathe with power and sound behind every breath. And breathe in all the way to the top and hold, all the way up and hold. As you hold, prepare to move in and out of your nose with power and sound behind every breath. And through the mouth, exhale all the way. In through the nose, out through the nose. In through the nose, out through the nose. What you're feeling is normal. The body activating and stepping forward. Continue to breathe. Activating genetic expression. Shifting the biochemical profile with every breath. In and out through the nose with that same power and force. And now up and hold, all the way up and hold. Hold the breath, let go of tension. And slowly start to exhale. Sink in. Settle. Surrender. To that real you. Bring all that you feel back into the room. Feeling refreshed and revitalized. Energized and focused. Take your time. Wiggle your fingers. Wiggle your toes. And slowly make your way back. And when you're ready, you can open your eyes. I wish there was a way to slowly lower the music down, but I haven't figured that out yet on the phone. So just bring all that back with you. Take your time. And welcome home.
Woo! That's all I can say now. You know, set the tone. I don't know what to do. I'm passing the baton to you, Miro.
I'll take it from here. Thank you, Leland. That was amazing. I always get such profound experiences, and I can't really point my finger at what's happening, but I know it's out of my body, inside of my body, it's everywhere. I got tears. It was potent. Really appreciate you. And everybody, if you don't know about Leland, check out his YouTube channel, please. He has these amazing recorded activations and has some cool retreats coming up and some epic experiences that you all want to be part of. Breathwork. This man has a powerful story. So check out Leland. By the way, was it your birthday? Did you just have a birthday? Is it today? Was it yesterday?
It was the first, yeah.
It was on the first. Okay. I don't know where I came from, but congratulations. Happy birthday. It's his birthday month. And he's also
having a rebirth. Having a rebirth.
And it's year 44, so that's a powerful one.
Hey, I'm in my 33 year right now, so let's go. 44 is good to go. Beautiful. And also Leland's our newest member, so welcome to Manifest X Mastermind. Actually, Generational Worth Mastermind. There's levels to this. There's the Monday Mastermind membership, which everyone here is part of, and Leland is going all the way, so we get to create a retreat together and spend some quality time traveling the world together and doing some really cool stuff. So be stoked, and happy to have you here, brother. We have some insane, amazing value today. Today's speaker is Clint, and I'm actually heard so much about Clint so many times that I was like, okay, at some point I got to start paying attention to this man. So Brittany brought Clint in. Oh, you're pointing over?
And Empress.
And Empress. Okay, teamwork, team effort. Credit where credit is due.
And I'm pointing to Joy Grace. Where she at? Oh shit.
Wow. So it's a whole team effort. So it's a whole group. Beautiful. Say a few things about yourself, Clint. I'm so grateful to have you. Welcome to Manifest X Mastermind.
Thank you. Good to be here. The first thing I'm going to say is I'm probably the oldest one in this group. I'm 57 years old. So I remember my 30s, man, I wouldn't want to go back to my 30s. That was difficult stuff. My 40s, I didn't even start going on TV until I was 45 years old. I didn't even start any of the stuff that I've been doing now until I was 45 years old. So, you know, I'm ahead of you guys by a little bit. But that's the good part. The good part is that I'm ahead of you guys, but it's really just by a little bit. And anything that I'm going to talk about today, any of you can do, and you would be smart to do. I wish I had somebody come in and tell me this stuff when I was 45, but I didn't have anybody tell me this stuff when I was 45. I had to figure all this stuff out for myself. So this is my way of giving back. And when you're ready, I'll be ready to jump right into it.
Of course, brother. Take it away. Tell people who you are, what you're up to, and all that good stuff.
All right, I'm going to do a screen share, okay? And what I'm going to share is this part right here. Okay, so what I talk about is how do you get an unfair competitive advantage? And I know a lot of you young people, you don't want to, you know, everything should be fair. Well, I don't know. I was talking to this tech CEO the other day, and he said, if you don't have an unfair competitive advantage, you don't have an advantage. So I would suggest to you that having an unfair competitive advantage is the only way that you're going to be able to get what you really want, which is to be more successful than everybody else and to be more successful than you are right now. And when I asked Oprah, what's the most important thing you ever learned, Oprah? She said, you are responsible for your own success. And I take that really to heart. And what I do here, what I'm going to show you here about what I do, this is what I really do. This is what I do. This is the stuff I really do. And this is the stuff that I have invented to create my own success. And I've had quite a bit. And what I'll be showing you today are 10 strategies for ultimate competitive advantage. The ultimate competitive advantage is an unfair competitive advantage. And what I do is I help people to stand out. All this stuff that I'm going to show you today will help you to stand out. And the first unfair competitive advantage that you need in life and in business is personal power. And that comes from confidence and credibility. The more confidence you have, the more personal power you have. The more credibility you have, the more personal power you have. So if you can develop more confidence and more credibility, then you will be able to have an unfair competitive advantage. The second unfair competitive advantage strategy is to have a great headshot. One of my clients sent me this headshot when she was coming to one of my events. And I saw that and I was like, wow, that's very interesting. It's very different than anything I've ever seen before. And number two, it actually puts her above other people. And if you want to have an unfair competitive advantage, what you really want to be is above other people. This is a visual representation of her being above. I wanted that for myself, so I created this. That's real. That's me on the NASDAQ Jumbotron in Times Square. There's real people in front of it, and that's really up on the building. And you know, there's like a sub-concept here. This is a sub-concept. How can you see what other people are doing and then you swipe it and deploy it in your own way? See, this girl did that. And I swiped it and did it my own way and did that. I couldn't get that. I didn't know how to get that, but I figured out how to get that. The third strategy for unfair competitive advantage is to have stories, to know and tell your stories. I asked Martha Stewart when she was a speaker at my Living Legends of Entrepreneurial Marketing conference at Carnegie Hall in New York City. We were hanging out in her dressing room. I said, Martha, first of all, do rich people work hard? And she said, every self-made rich person I've ever met has been an extremely hard worker. Yes. And I said, what's the most important thing you ever learned, Martha? And she said, when I was a little girl, my daddy told me that I could do anything, and I believed him. So those are two stories that I just told you about Martha Stewart. They're particularly good because they're about a celebrity. If you can tell celebrity stories, you got a real big advantage. The fourth advantage is to have a book. And when you have a book, I'm gonna admit these people. When you have a book, you know, how many of you people in here have a book? If you have a book, type your name in the chat. Let's say who's got books. Type your name in the chat if you got a book. Thank you, Kermit. Miro, good. Brittany, good. Empress, good. Anybody else? Only the leaders, huh? Only the leaders have books. See what I mean? This is very interesting because, you know, in most of the Zoom masterminds that I participate in, everybody's got a book. You got to have a book. If you don't have a book, you are really behind the 8 ball. But you got to have a book. I mean, there's 14 people in this mastermind, and so far only 3 have books, and me. So that's 4. This is my book, and it was nominated for a Pulitzer Prize. And I'm adapting it for the stage. And, you know, if the idea of having a book makes you feel nervous.
I mean, we're so often out of our comfort zone when we ask for ourselves. And you mentioned that that's an important thing to ask of yourself is how comfortable are you not being comfortable in your comfort zone?
Right. Yeah, pushing through your limits. You know, life begins where your comfort zone ends. And the more you push outside of your everyday life and your boundaries, the more you're going to grow as a person and achieve in this world and create as a legacy.
It's scary.
It can be.
Yeah.
That's when it's great, is when it's scary.
I really believe both those things that I said. Anything that makes you uncomfortable, that's probably going to make you grow. And anything that's scary is really going to make you grow. When I'm sitting here, you probably haven't seen a wall like this before. I'm in my villa in Acapulco, one of my 2 villas. This one was the big one, the expensive one. And when I was writing the 7-figure check to buy this place, and my friends were telling me, what are you, crazy, spending all that money on a house in Mexico? It was scary to write a 7-figure check for this place, but man, this place is the best thing we ever did. And that's why this place is really where I learned when it's scary is when it's great. The 5th competitive advantage is TV. See, I use TV to teach my teaching points. I use TV for celebrity positioning. There you saw me with Brooke Shields and Willie Geist on the Today Show. And nothing is going to be as powerful and impactful as TV, especially if you're on a show with a major celebrity like I was. You can't buy that. You can't buy that. You can only earn that. And that is an unfair competitive advantage.
This is the 2nd time I've been here. So I'm a really busy mom, busy schedule. So what makes someone do the same event twice? Results. This event gives you more transformation than anything else you're going to do. If you want to get booked on TV, if you want to be a celebrity, nobody can coach you like Clint can.
I've been teaching people how to get on TV and how to be great on TV now for more than 10 years. And I've worked with more than, you know what? I got to correct this one right now. I've worked with, at this point, more than 3,054 authors, speakers, coaches, consultants, advisors, and experts. I had to update this presentation for that. I've worked with anybody who is an expert of any kind. If you make money ostensibly because of what you know or because of what you do for people, then you will probably have a good chance of getting on TV. And you know, if I accepted a person's Celebrity Launchpad, nobody has ever failed with Celebrity Launchpad. That's how I'm able to offer my guarantee. If you come to Celebrity Launchpad, I guarantee you're going to get booked on at least 3 TV appearances, or you get your money back plus $1,000. So you know, if you've ever thought about TV, you've probably met the right person to make it happen with you and for you. When I met Ringo, I said, so Ringo, what's the most important thing you ever learned? And he said, I'll get high with a little help from my friends. And really, if you want to get higher in this world, you're probably going to need friends. And I'd love to be your friend who helps you to get higher, because it's hard to do it without it. I had Ice-T and his beautiful wife, Coco, at my event at Carnegie Hall. This is another dressing room photo with me and my wife and him and his wife. And I said, Ice, do rich people work hard? He said, man, you'll be upstairs on the yacht party, partying on the top of the yacht. And the guy who owns the boat, he'll be downstairs making business calls. Rich people work hard. So I do work very hard. And I asked Ice, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, don't expect anybody to wake up with your dream. Very valuable, very valuable. And so are celebrity friends. As you can see, I love celebrity friends, and I love telling stories about celebrities. It's a super impactful, powerful, fast, and pretty inexpensive way to have an unfair competitive advantage. So is speaking at very important places like Carnegie Hall or the Harvard Club of the Harvard Faculty Club. This was an event sponsored by the Entrepreneurship Club of Harvard Business School. I've shared this message at Oxford University, at Cambridge University. I've shared it at the London Stock Exchange. That's Nigel Farage. If you ever heard of Brexit, that's where the British Empire exited the European Union. He invented Brexit. And here we are. Boom.
We're here at the London Stock Exchange, and I've just spoken at Clint's event. Great event, great people, good fun. Be there next time.
He was a super gentleman and really smart guy. And I asked him, Nigel, what's the most important thing you ever learned? And he said, well, after 27 years of waiting for Brexit to happen, patience. And that's a really important thing. I know it sounds funny, you know, to learn patience is the most important thing in your life. But I think a lot of people don't have enough patience. Everybody wants it, boom, right now. I want it right now. I want to make it happen now. And I can empathize. I do. However, a lot of the great stuff in life doesn't just happen overnight. And if it takes you longer to get it, somehow it has more meaning. So having patience is a really good thing. Also, these unfair competitive advantages that I talk about, it's not like you're pressing an easy button and you're going to become a celebrity in the eyes of clients and prospects overnight. That doesn't work that way. It takes time, and you got to have patience. I've shared this message at NASDAQ, at the stock exchange in New York City. Telehealth says patience isn't being good at waiting. Well, I mean, I do think it's part of it. Patience is having the courage to endure the waiting without losing hope. You know, you'll hear my story about that and how I feel about that. I shared the stage with Dr. Oz at an event at the Philadelphia College of Physicians, where I've shared the same message. And, you know, I hope that you can see the power of celebrity stories and VIP speaking at very important places in this last little montage that I just displayed. The 8th unfair competitive advantage is to have videos of you speaking at very important places. And I have videos at all of those places. If you Google Clint Arthur, or if you search Clint Arthur on YouTube, you'll probably see some of those videos pop up. And I do know what I'm talking about when it comes to making money speaking.
7 figures. So I think that would put me in the top 5% of all the earners in the National Speakers Association.
No, probably in the top 1%.
I do make more money than 99% of the speakers in the National Speakers Association. I've shared this message at the USC Business School Entrepreneurship Studies Department. And after the speech, they gave me and my daughter, that's her on the right, each one of those hats. And I love the hats because they have the logo of the Entrepreneurship Studies Department at USC Business School. And according to USC, if you want to win the game of entrepreneurship, then You need to be the one dot that's not in the middle of the circle. So what's different about that dot? Obviously, it's outside the circle, but the answer to this question is that that dot is higher than the rest of the dots. I get high with a little help from my friends. See, you got to get higher if you want to win. If you want to win the game of entrepreneurship, and it can be a brutal game. The game of entrepreneurship cost me dearly, believe me, in my life. But if you want to win that game, you got to figure out, how do you get higher? How do you get the unfair competitive advantage of having people looking up to you? I've always wanted to be special. When I was a little kid, I wanted to be special so bad, and because my parents were always arguing when I was growing up. Your parents ever argue when you were growing up? Yeah, yeah, Leland is shaking his head. Well, with us, it was like, when weren't they arguing? And my scheme to get them to stop arguing was, I was going to go to the best business school in the world, the Wharton Business School. And I figured if I could graduate from some place world famous like the Wharton Business School, that I could become special enough to make them stop arguing. So I get into the Wharton Business School, that's me under the green arrow, and I graduate and I go home to get the congratulations from my parents. And what happens? They get into the biggest argument of all time. My dad storms out of the house, slams the door behind him. And I'm sitting on the couch next to my mom in the living room, like I've sat a million times. And I don't know where this comes from. I just turn to her and I go, you know, Mom, the way he resents you all these years, have you been cheating on Dad? And I'm like, whoa, where did that question come from? I never even thought that question before in my life. And then I'm like, whoa, I can't believe I said that to my own mom. And then I'm thinking, how come she ain't answering the question? And then she goes, he's not your real father. Your real father was a doctor at the fertility clinic we went to for 6 years trying to have you, and you look just like that guy. And I'm like, say what? Imagine how you would feel. Everything you thought you knew about who you were. Poof. Not only didn't I know who I was anymore, I sure as heck didn't know what I wanted to be when I grew up anymore. So Monday morning comes, I get on the phone, I call up the vice president at the investment bank on the 87th floor of #1 World Trade Center. And I say, sir, I decided after all, I don't want to be an investment banker, and thank you for the offer, but I'm going to decline. And what did I do? Naturally, I ran off to Hollywood and I started going on auditions, writing screenplays. Most people go to Hollywood to lose themselves. I went to Hollywood to find myself. And what happened was I found myself becoming a very special person. Yes, I became the Wharton Business School taxi driver. That's right. And that will take us all the way through to December 31st, 1999. Where were you? Were you at an ATM? No, none of you guys were at an ATM. You're too young to remember Y2K cash. Maybe you were partying with family and friends, but I was behind the wheel of yellow cab number 6087. And in the back seat were these two guys who were MBA interns. And I'm listening to their conversation as I'm driving them to the Hollywood Hills for a party. This guy goes, hey man, did you hear about Mr. Carrera? They made him the last partner right before the Goldman IPO, and he cashed out $1 gazillion. And I'm like, are you guys talking about Chris Carrera? And you know Mr. Carrera. Chris Carrera was this guy right here. That's Mr. Carrera. One of the pledges in my fraternity. When I was the pledge master, I used to make those little punks dance around the living room of the house with their tighty whities on top of their heads. And now Chris Carrera just cashed out $1 gazillion. And I'm driving yellow cab number 6087. That night, I go back to the little boat I'm living on in Marina del Rey. The cheapest way to live in Los Angeles is to rent a boat, $282 a month, including parking. But there's no toilet on the boat. There's no water, heat, electricity. So I'm like, I pull my money out of my sock to, at the end of the night, to count up how much should I make for trading my New Year's Eve of the millennium for driving a cab. And I'm like, $513? I was supposed to be somebody special. I was supposed to be like Chris Carrera. What was he doing? Partying at the Rainbow Room. I'm busting my ass driving a cab. And that was it. That was the end of my 13th year of chasing the Hollywood dream. See? And you know, I had a lot of patience. I had a lot of patience, and I had a lot of courage too. Continuing for year after year after year, because I thought that it took 10 years to become an overnight success in Hollywood. But even after 13 years, I never became an overnight success in Hollywood. I've never become an overnight success. Now, a lot of people ask me, Clint, do you regret 13 years of chasing a dream that never came true? And I say, no, because I learned the most important thing in business from that experience. And they don't teach it to you at the Wharton Business School. I know because I graduated from the Wharton Business School. And they don't teach it to you at the Harvard Business School, because when I spoke at the event sponsored by the Entrepreneurship Club of Harvard Business School, I asked the president of the club, do they teach this stuff at Harvard Business School? He's like, no. When I spoke about it at USC Business School, I asked the professor, does anybody else talk about becoming a celebrity in the eyes of clients and prospects at USC Business School? No, not even in Hollywood do they talk about that. And the most important thing is that who you are is more important than what you actually do or sell. Eventually, you're going to become so good at what you do, and you need to be one of the best in the world, that it no longer is a function of that you're better than the next guy. You're not going to be appreciably better at what you do than the other guys, but what you can be is more of a celebrity in the eyes of their clients and prospects. Who you are is more important than what you do or sell. Now, you guys all probably think, type your name in the chat if you think Tony Robbins is famous. Type your name in the chat. Let's see who's got the courage. Type your name in the chat if you think Tony Robbins is famous. Brittany does. Who else? Anybody else? Miro does. Kermit. Empress. A lot of you. Leland. Good. I used to think Tony Robbins was famous, and I went out to find out, is Tony Robbins famous?
Hey, anybody here know who Tony Robbins is? Do you? No? Do you know who he is? Do you know who Tony Robbins is? No? How about you? You know who he is? Nobody.
Now, maybe you're thinking, well, that's just the wrong demographic, Clint. Obviously, you hit one of the Starbucks stores where they didn't know who he was.
What do you think of Tony Robbins? You know who he is? No. Who the fuck's that guy? No, really. Do you know who he is? No. Don't know who he is?
Different demographic. Tony Robbins is not famous. If Tony Robbins was famous, he'd still be on the air today. His TV show was on NBC. It was called Breakthrough with Tony Robbins. He had 6 episodes and then it was canceled. Because you know why? He's not famous enough to carry a TV show. Not enough people care about Tony Robbins. I love Tony Robbins. When I got a email message from Tony's team, it said, if you want to be the host of Tony Robbins' 60th birthday party in Los Angeles in front of 5,000 people, you could just donate $25,000 to Tony's favorite charity, and you could be the host. It's a limited opportunity. Don't delay. It took me less than 60 seconds to click the button. With no regrets. I wanted to click that button. And when I saw him at his party, I said, Tony, you know, when I was a cab driver 20 years ago, I couldn't even afford the CDs of Personal Power 2. I had to buy the cassette tapes because they were $30 cheaper. And here I am tonight hosting your party. And he goes, I'm so happy for you, brother. And he gives me a big kiss on the cheek and a hug. And I said, Tony, what's the most important thing you ever learned? And he said, life is happening for us. I really do believe that. I do believe life is happening for us. Here's another very famous person. Anybody? And if you think that Grant Cardone is famous, type your name in the chat. Anybody think Grant Cardone is famous? I'm not talking about that, telehealth. No, I'm not talking about everybody famous in their own right. I'm talking about the real thing today. This is not some like I'm a celebrity in my own mind. That's not what we're talking about. We're talking about an unfair competitive advantage and an unfair. There is nobody here who can argue with me and say, oh, well, you know, I can compete with Tony Robbins. No coach can compete with Tony Robbins. There's nobody here in the sales coaching industry who could say, I can compete with Grant Cardone if you're a sales coach. There is no way you can compete with Grant Cardone, okay? And you know, I've paid Grant Cardone a lot of money. I know people who paid Grant Cardone a lot of money.
Great. There he is. Anybody in this room know who that person is? Anybody? Not one person.
Not one person even knew who he was.
Uncle G.
That was 30 financial advisors in New York City at the Harvard Club of New York City. They work for Chase Bank, and they work for you know, major brokerage houses. They don't need Grant Cardone to help them sell. They don't know who he is. They're not what I call a celebrity entrepreneur. I wrote a whole book on this topic called Celebrity Entrepreneurship. How do you become like Tony Robbins and have an unfair competitive advantage over every other coach in the whole world? That's what this book is about. And that's what I've been studying for more than 10 years. That's my mathematical formula that I taught at Mercedes-Benz Corporation of how do you position yourself as a celebrity in the eyes of clients and prospects. And when you have all of that, that is the advantage that Tony Robbins has. I asked Mike Tyson, champ, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, stay humble. And that's exactly what he said. And that's exactly how he said it. And I want you to understand, celebrity is not about ego. It's a marketing strategy. It's not about thinking that you're better than anybody. I don't think Tony thinks that he's better than anybody. I think Tony is like one of the most awesome people in the world. I certainly don't feel any different than I did before. I just have a lot more marketing. And you just got to be careful not to believe your own PR. The ninth competitive advantage is marketing you. When you're marketing you, instead of your company or your business or your service, that's the unfair competitive advantage. There's a million brain surgeons out there, but the brain surgeon who is the celebrity is going to be the winner. I don't care what you think about Dr. Oz's politics. He's a cardiovascular surgeon. He has a competitive advantage over every other cardiovascular surgeon. If you had the chance to have Dr. Oz operate on you versus some other doctor operate on you, you would pick Dr. Oz because people trust celebrities more than they even trust their own family. Number 10 competitive advantage is positioning you as a celebrity instead of a salesman. All of us are in sales. Even Tony is in sales. Tony's a great salesman, but he's not positioned as a salesman. Tony Robbins is not positioned as a salesman. He's positioned as a mentor and as a coach. And that's the key. Number 11 is hard work. I've already told you. I ask all these people, do rich people work hard? Rich people work very hard. And I used to not know whether, you know, as a celebrity, am I supposed to position myself in the eyes of clients and prospects as a hard worker? Don't celebrities live a lifestyle of leisure? No, celebrities are hard workers. Rich people are hard workers. And when you work hard, that's a competitive advantage. Number 12, unfair competitive advantage is to over-deliver. I'm known for over-delivering. I promised you 10. I already over-delivered in this presentation. I only promised you 10. And here we are on number 12. And when I asked Suzanne Summers, what's the most important thing you ever learned, Suzanne? She said, you need a mentor. Johnny Carson was her mentor. And, you know, this should really be number 13. This should really be having a mentor is an unfair competitive advantage. I'm going to have to renumber these. I've invested a lot of money in mentorship, and as I said on the Today Show, having mentors and investing in mentors is what's enabled me to achieve so much so quickly. I'm 57 now. I told you I started doing this when I was 45. 12 years has created a lifestyle for me that you cannot believe. 12 years of really busting my ass and doing nothing except focusing on celebrity positioning in the eyes of clients and prospects has created a lifestyle for me. I only hope that you'll be able to come down here and view it and experience it for yourself here in Acapulco sometime. Testimonials are the 13th.
1 year ago,
competitive
I was
event.
closing less than 30% in my dinner seminars. And today I'm closing more than 60%.
Between year 1 and year 3, we're up $1 million a year.
Have increased my fee at 80% and have more than 100 patients in my waiting list. I went from a 6-figure practice to a 7-figure practice.
Wow.
Wow.
Now, those are direct testimonials about me. Here's an indirect testimonial. Listen to this one.
I have worked with Tony Robbins for several years, and I have paid more than $200,000 per year to work with Tony. I have worked with Grant Cardone. I have spent more than $60,000 per year to work with him.
See?
The difference with all these people and Clean is that he actually cares in a very personalized way to each one of us. The other is just big name brands, and I love them. I'm very grateful to be working with them, but I don't think they actually know my name. So I have barely speak to Clean, and when I raise my hand, he'd say my name. He knows me by name. That means a lot for all of us because he's really interested in your success or my success in this moment. I just want to make sure that you understand that what you get is far more valuable for what you pay, for what we pay. So thank you so much. Clean.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thank you, Ali.
Thank you. Thank you.
That was at one of my big events during the pandemic. That was during the pandemic. I had over 200 people at CNN Center in Atlanta at an event. You know, this is about impact, influence, and income. That's what this is really all about. And, you know, if you want to have more impact, influence, and income, being a speaker at big events is really, really good, especially at NASDAQ. And NASDAQ is a powerful way to make it happen.
5 weeks later, we closed one deal, 5-year, 1.6 million. And second one is 450,000 over 2 years. All attributed to NASDAQ. I actually asked them because I wanted to see how to tie it back.
See, that NASDAQ has headshot on the Jumbotron, powerful thing. Speaking at NASDAQ is a powerful thing. I said, Snoop, what's the most important thing you ever learned? He said, life's too short to smoke cheap weed. Now, I accidentally quit smoking pot in December of 2009. I was at a raw vegan retreat. And one of the rules was no smoking weed. After the retreat was over, I went home and I immediately cracked open a bottle of red wine and grilled up a rack of lamb. But I stayed quit off weed. And despite the fact that I don't smoke weed anymore, I do believe in what Snoop said. Life is too short to smoke cheap weed. It's too short to do anything cheap. You shouldn't do cheap weed, cheap wine, or cheap anything. So let me ask you guys a question. Is it okay if I make you a special offer to go? Who's enjoyed this? Has anybody enjoyed this thing so far? Yes?
Woohoo! I did.
All right,
I'm
good.
blessed.
Hell yes.
Thank you. I delivered a lot. I actually delivered. I'm going to copy this and paste it over here. Boom. That's 13 is actually mentors. Mentor. And testimonials is 14. So I'm glad that you enjoyed it. If you want, I could talk about a special offer for how you can learn more. And otherwise, you know, I'm okay not to also.
No, please. Thank you so much. First of all, Warm Manifest X, welcome and thank you for Clint. Let's give it up for Clint, yo. That was fire.
Woo-woo!
Thank you.
Open up your mind.
What a wealth of wisdom you definitely
Clint.
represented.
Woo-woo!
Oh, man.
Yes. Yeah.
I can attest
Edit on
to
us. Yeah.
everything that you shared. Everything from the power of mentorship, testimonials, sharing stages with authorities or celebrities. It's amazing. It goes a long way fast. And so kudos to your success and using yourself as an example for what's possible for others. That's incredible.
Thank you.
So I want to give it up for Q&A, really. I think this is where a lot of the value happens for people. So I want to encourage each of you friends to dig deep. What are your visions? What are you creating in your businesses? Where, with these 14 principles, are you at already? Are you currently writing your book? Are you getting on stages? And where are you at? Is your headshot out there? So maybe just name a couple of principles that you have already implemented and what's next for you, just one. That way we can have a relevant discussion where Clint can actually be really helpful. I always love when people have questions and they're just like totally general or vague, right? But it's like the opportunity is like, hey, I'm specifically here right now and what's real and relevant in my life, in my business right now. And, what would you advise me here? And so this is the kind of stuff that I want people to take advantage of. Don't hold back. This is a safe space. So
Hey, let me tell you a question that I got from a millennial couple of months ago. He goes, well, so do you think I should just keep doing what I love and the money will come? And the answer to that question was, I've never had any money just come. Okay. I've had to fight and scrape for every single dollar that I've ever made. And I've made millions and millions of them. And I had to fight and scrape for all of them and take risks and get out of my comfort zone and do stuff that was scary for every single dollar that I had to earn. But I don't believe in just doing what you love and the money will come. It's just not real. At least it never has been for me. So that's an example of a question that we don't need to deal with now, but I'm happy to take any other questions.
That's an amazing answer. I love how you handled that. That's amazing. Because that's why I believe in enrollment. You too. It's like so many people are afraid of sales or doing marketing. They just want things to come in some way.
Hey, Miro, that's exactly what I was thinking of. I was thinking about like the masterminds that I sold at my events at Harvard Faculty Club and the Harvard Club of Boston. I remember the first time I tried to sell my mastermind and enroll people into my $25,000 offer and how scary it was. And what a huge relief when people are like, hey, I want to be number one. And like people were just signing up. And how freaking scary that was. Because the big reason why people don't do stuff is because they're afraid to fail. And probably like your number one step that you got to get over is you have to feel the fear and do it anyway. That's courage.
Mm-hmm. That's it. Power bars. One of the questions that I get from the community members a lot is about, my offer though, I want to have this high ticket offer. What do you say to people who know that they're undercharging? They don't have the confidence quite to put something of value out there that's maybe, in the range of thousands of dollars, maybe a, 4 or 5 figure offer.
Well, I get it. I really do. And, what I will say is that sometimes a high price is a product attribute. You can make yourself seem more important by charging more, because a lot of people will be skeptical of an offer if it's too cheap. Couldn't possibly be any good if it's so cheap. And as a matter of fact, I was going to present you guys an offer today. It's the last time I'm going to present the offer because it's too cheap. I'm not going to, I was talking about it with my wife. We were going to do I'm working with the idea of getting a digital sales and marketing team, because I know that I'm the block in my business. If I'm going to ever get out, if I'm ever going to get to the next level where I really want to go, more like Tony Robbins, I have to stop doing the sales and marketing and get a digital marketing team to do it for me. So I've been getting bids from all kinds of companies, and I cannot tell you how many companies want me to pay $10,000 to get started so that they can build my funnel. And I cannot tell you how many companies I've said, I'm not going to pay you $10,000. There's just no way. I'm not going to do it again. I've done it time and again. And your $10,000 funnel is not going to be any better than the websites that I already have. So I'm not doing it again. And then I just recently talked to some other agency. And you know how much they wanted to build the funnel? They wanted $29,000 Australian, which comes out to 20,000 US dollars to build the funnel. And you know what? On Thursday, I'm pretty sure I'm going to sign on the dotted line and get started with the $20,000 funnel. When I've said no multiple times to the $10,000 funnels.
That's amazing.
Yeah, it really is.
What made the difference?
I thought that they seemed better than the other companies, and the fact that theirs is so much more expensive, I just have more faith in the whole process.
Beautiful. Beautiful. And what do you have for us? Tell us about your offer.
My offer that's too cheap, I'm telling you, it is a ridiculous too cheap offer for my Impact, Influence, and Income Mastery in Paradise class, which is normally $10,000, and it's always going to be $10,000. I'm actually gonna raise the price of this class to $20,000 and make the offer $10,000 as a special offer. Like the next time you see this on a webinar, it's going to be your investment will be $20,000 and the special offer will be $10,000. Okay. But I'll go through what you get in this class. It's Impact, Influence, and Income Mastery. And what you get is 7-figure storytelling and selfie secrets. It's a $6,000 training. Secrets to win every dinner party and board meeting. You'll never be sitting at a dinner table and not feel like you're the star of the dinner table or the board meeting table. 7-figure speaker performance coaching. I told you I'm in the top 1% of money earners in the National Speakers Association. And you're going to get secrets from me that will accelerate your career as a speaker and make you a lot more money. Self-publishing $1 million magazines and books. Here's the thing. This guy who earned $1,050,000 or whatever he earned, he also has published one of my magazines that I publish. I publish magazines to display my stuff really quickly, all my celebrity positioning. When I'm exhibiting at a conference or when I'm speaking at an event, I give everyone a magazine so that they know who I am in a minute. And he has a magazine like that because he was one of my $100,000 Clintanium clients, coming to every single thing I did for years. And his magazine has brought him in over $2 million in new revenues. Dominating Google searches for your name. If all you learn is how to get more dominance in Google, that's easily a $25,000 value. 7 ways to get celebrities into your marketing for free. If you don't understand how priceless that is after my presentation, you really need to come to this event. Leadership training from a U.S. Army general. It's an unbelievable demonstration of leadership speaking and training from this Army general. 7-figure social media secrets and strategies. They don't cost me 7 cents and they make me money. The Acapulco secret is a time-saving hack, that will make you $4,000 worth of free time in your life every month forever. My Celebrity Entrepreneur Weekly Zoom Masterminds. I do a mastermind it's usually on Wednesdays, but sometimes it changes for my travel schedule. And those are worth at least $6,000 worth of value. Impact, Influence, and Income home study training. That's what you get. And there are some bonuses because I always over deliver. And the first bonus is really bonus number 2. You get to attend my Celebrity Impact, Influence, and Income Transformation Experience at my villa here in Acapulco. And all the rooms are gigantic. There's 2 queen beds in a room and a private bathroom. And we match people up and usually they become best friends. We have 2 of these events coming up on the 24th of September and the 21st of January. It includes full room and board, and our gastronomy here is gluten-free, sugar-free. It's higher than gourmet. We have fresh juices every day that will probably change your life. And all you have to do is show up. We'll pick you up at the airport, bring you back safely, and you'll go home with your complete business biography book outline. For those of you who don't have a book yet, I say it's easy to write a book when you know what you want to write. The hard part is knowing what you want to write. So I guide you through this process of discovering all your most important stories in your life. And that's what should be in your book. And if all this did was get you one new client, it would be worth it, you know, one new client. But I have this crazy offer, okay? And this is to come to Mexico and to my home here. And you're going to think this is crazy, but you can either do a single pay of $99.95 or 3 installments of $999. And I'm telling you, this is the last time you're ever going to see this offer because it's too cheap. See?
That's insane, brother. Congratulations.
It is. So, you know, it's for the September event or it's for the January 21 to 26 event. This is an image of one of the double rooms. Those are queen beds. It's a small event. Okay. The event we have scheduled coming up, there are already 14 people enrolled. So we just have room for one more person really in the September event. If you want to come to January, we have more room in that. This is what some of the food looks like. There's a couple of the chefs. And this doctor really loves the snack part. So I put his
Hey, this is
testimony
Dr.
here.
Chris Perrin coming to you from Clint Arthur's luxury villa in Acapulco, Mexico. And I just wanted to share with you real quick. I just finished up my 3rd week here this year. And this week's program was Impact, Influence, and Income. And I just got to tell you, every time I come here, I learn so much. But the biggest thing is we're all so busy in our day-to-day lives that I've found, as crazy as it seems, that when I come here and step away from the quote unquote normal world, it's like in Fast and Furious where they hit the nitrous button and you just get this super acceleration to where you make so much progress in such a short period of time that the investment of taking a week and coming here is just unbelievable. On top of that, you get it done because you're learning, but you're also having time to work and you're also having time to just rest and think. Amazing time. Thank you, Clint. Great time. See you soon.
This guy, he spent like 7 weeks with us last year. Keeps coming back for different, he's been to Impact, Influence, and Income 5 times. Why would you come to the same conference 5 times? Because as you're continuing to learn and grow, you're changing and evolving. And again, the class is either September 24 or July or January 21. It really comes down to desire, especially with this crazy offer. It's all a question of desire. So how much do you really want it? If you really want it, then here's a couple bonuses more. Number 1, the first bonus I'm going to give you is I'm going to put your image on the Jumbotron in Times Square as a special bonus when you take this offer today. Okay, you're going to be 75 feet tall in Times Square. We're going to send you the template. I need your artwork back by the beginning of August because I'm doing this at the end of August. So you'll get your bonus before you even show up. This is a $3,000 value. And, you know you may be thinking, well, what is that going to do for me? This doctor says that it got the most attention of anything she's ever done. And she's done a lot of stuff with me. And then a special bonus is I'll do a special one-on-one celebrity strategy consult with you. I'm going to look at you online. I'm going to type in your name on Google and see what you got and what you need and what you could use to accelerate your progress as a celebrity in the eyes of clients and prospects even faster.
Hey, everybody, Dr. Amy Duffy here. I have just finished my 7th week here in this beautiful villa in Acapulco with Clint. And let me tell you, I know some people get a little bit nervous about being away from the office or away from their family to come do an event or do any kind of marketing or professional development, whatever it is. But I will tell you, the more time that I spend here in this villa, doing the work that I do with Clint, the more successful my practice is, the more impact, influence, and income that I can have for my patients and myself personally. So take care of you. And it's really important to make that decision to just show up, because the more you show up, the better you're going to be. And it is amazing.
She spent like 13 weeks with us last year altogether. She's one of my Clintaniums who's done everything. She was a $100,000 client. That's why she would come so often. To get the crazy offer, use the promo code CRAZY. And I'm going to show you one more testimonial, and then we're going to check it out. Okay, this is a good.
My company was probably $2 million in size when I joined. We're 10 million. We'll close at 10 million at the end of this year. I also am coaching. I'm the head coach, vice president of Technology Marketing Toolkit with Robin now, coaching 3,000 members on how to grow their MSP. I have people that pay me $10,000 a day to coach them. And I've started 2 other companies since then as well. I'm probably easily making 1.5 million a year take home myself, where I was probably making 150,000 4.5 years ago. So if you do it, it will open so many doors.
Okay, here he is with Ice Tea and Coco with that same dressing room photo as me. Here he is speaking at West Point. Here he is speaking at Harvard Club of Boston. Here he is on the NASDAQ Jumbotron in these images. Here he is with celebrities, Barbara Corcoran and Damon John. This stuff works. If you want to get more impact, influence, and income as a coach, the stuff that I've taught and that I will teach you at Impact, Influence, and Income Mastery in Paradise is what you need to break through as a coach.
Beautiful.
Got it, Clint. Exactly. I don't care how busy you are. I mean, listen, all of you are doing the right thing by being with Clint at his conference. It's a wise move. You're busy. I'm sure you have lots of other things you could have done, but you made time.
You got to make time to make this happen. Let's go to the link, okay? And this is the website, okay? If you can either click the link in the chat, or you can go to that link and it opens up the main page for Impact, Influence, and Income Mastery. There you'll see more of a typical class size for this event. And this will go through all of the stuff that we're going to do. Okay. And this goes through a lot of the deliverables that you're going to get, what you're going to get from attending Impact, Influence, and Income Mastery. There's General Taylor giving us that leadership speaking demonstration. And, you know, this is all the stuff that we're delivering for you at this event, and a bunch of other testimonials here. There's Will Nobles and his wife in my pool, okay? And there's me and Chris, and there's, you know, it's all here. So what you do is you go all the way down to the bottom, and down here it says, yes, Clint.
Oh, we can't currently see, I don't know if other people can, but I can't currently see the content of your page.
I'm so sorry. You're exactly right. Sorry about that.
We just got to wrap in just a moment because our next speaker is just here.
Okay, well, I'm just going to go. This is the page, and this photo here is more representative of what the classes are going to look like when you come here. And when you're on the website, this is what you're going to see, and you're going to scroll all the way down to the bottom, and you're going to click this one. Yes, Clint, I want more impact and influence. And that's going to take you here to this page. And when this is the shopping cart, and when the shopping cart opens, you're going to pick the option for installments. October, you have to choose which class do you want to come to, right? So we got to go back. It's like October, this one, October 4 to 9. I have one space in this class, October 4 to 9. Or do you want the January class, which is this one? Yes, I want this one. I know 2 people said they wanted in for the January, so we'll demonstrate with the January. Pick that, and then we're going to have to do it with this one because you need the coupon code. Pick this one, and it says I have a coupon code, and then right there you type in crazy and you apply for that. And it changes it to 3 times $9.99. And then you hit continue and enter in your details. So that's how it's going to work. If you enroll for this, I know that, let's see, I know that Leland, who were the ones that wanted it? Empress wanted it and Leland wanted it. So if you want it, that's how you're going to get it. Okay. All right. If there's any questions, any other questions, I'm happy to answer it, but that's how to make it happen.
Love it. Leland says, I'll see you in January. So good. Great work. Let's give it up for Clint, everybody. Let's go.
Yes.
I always love when an entrepreneur is making me an offer, and like this is your life's work, and everything is put into this one thing that people can consume, and it's so beautiful. So well done. Let's go, Clint.
Thank you. Thank you. And again, you're never going to see it this cheap again because it doesn't make any sense. But that's how my slide deck was set up, and that's why you got it. Okay.
Thank you for over delivering. So good.
Okay. Thank you.
Thank
Yes,
you.
appreciate you. Thank you so much. And I have my hand up because specifically, like you said, as we're learning about this, when it comes to impact, influence, and income, we also have Mr. Jay Lawrence coming in and partnering us with the 3 Halves of Wealth. We would love for you to stay, Clint, to learn about what he does, because it's all about collaboration. And I actually want you guys to meet along with Miro, taking things to the next level. And the question I have for you, and I want us all to think about, is the art of collaboration. Like in my mind, I was seeing Manifest X, as we're going to the next level, should be a part of this epic experience, in January. How we can all, like you say, be at your, what is it, Toko? What is it, Villa? I was like, really, Empress? Is it a Toko? Okay, a Villa. And we're all collaborating, going to the next level, having a strategic mastermind, retreat within what we're doing here. So that was like my question response in regards to like collaborating. And that's it. Anybody else out there? Because I was like, oh, this is hot.
For sure. We'll definitely chat one-on-one, Clint, about all the incredible synergy that's available there. I've got some dope ideas I want to run by you.
Right on. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh, yeah. How do people connect with you? Please share your information in the chat so people can stay connected, follow you everywhere, and all that good stuff.
Well, here's the thing is like, just put my name in Google. There's no shortage of ways to get in touch with me. Really. There's 5 pages of ways to get in touch with Clint.
Incredible. Well
This is a good writer downer. Make it easy for people to pay you money.
Ooh, that should be a course. I think you should do a mastermind course, make it easy for us to earn that real dough. Yes, and give a shout out to Elect Simon joining us. Woo woo, emceeing for the Synergistic Symposium. Thank you so much, sir. But yes, let's all, by means necessary, get into Mr. Jay Lawrence dropping the gems when it comes to being our trustee director. Yep, is that right? All right. And also happy belated Father's Day to all you fathers out there. Thank you.
Thank you. Welcome, Jay.
Thank you. Hey guys. First off, all the dads, raise your hand. Your dad. Raise your hand. Yes. I got my guy. Okay. This is what's gonna happen. Come on. This is my youngest. This is Justice. We're doing the whole barbershop. Today's barbershop at noon on Juneteenth. So, that's what's up. So guys, I know you guys got a ton of really good information relative to how to further the brand, to create more wealth. All these are like topics that everybody wants to have just more of. And it sounds like a great offer, particularly if you can get down to Cabo or where was it? Not Cabo. Acapulco. It's one of those locations down in Mexico, for a week. Yeah, just going down there for a week for $3,000 is like 3 racks. What? Yeah, just to hang out. Make sure also that we bring all some levity to the day, right? As it turns, this is Juneteenth. And Juneteenth is the monumental occasion for us who have the unfortunate title of slavery as part of heritage, and specifically those who have family members who actually were either slaves, sharecroppers, and the like. And it's a very heavy topic, and particularly coming off of something as as upbeat and happy about focusing on wealth, I want to actually kind of dial it in just a little bit, just kind of honor those who come before us. And so what's really great is that I kind of go back to a lot of the conversations I have with Miro, because Miro, he's like really from Germany, right? he's a black man from Germany. You know, like there's so many ironies into that one statement, you know. And thus it takes, you know, an individual such as that to actually sort of, you know, pull us all together. You know, he wasn't born here, but he's here. And he's had this great gift of pulling people together. So I could just tell you that one of the things that I'm working on, we're going to be speaking. We have a corporate gig here in a day or two. And we're going to be speaking to really this international company. And this company is a consulting firm, and they work with other, they advise companies on healthcare and other excellence, you know, within their organization. But for some reason, they have decided that they're going to pull together in the interest of ERG. Does everybody know what ERG is?
I didn't know what it means.
So just think of it as ERG as initiatives that are, you know, good for society, good for civilization, good for, you know, the planet. These are sort of like pro-nature initiatives at the level, right? A lot of this was born out of BLM. By show of hands, who participated in BLM at any function? Just hit the streets. You was just like, even you had a flag or a sign or something, you were like, hey, it's got to be a change. The crazy part is that, you know, I always like to kind of really identify historical context and why something matters. Before I get going, I just want to make sure, Miro, I changed my my buds. Is it more clear now than it was earlier?
It's still choppy, to be honest. I'm seeing Brittany shaking her head a little bit, so we're having trouble hearing you really well.
How is it right now?
Better. Keep going. I'm gonna give you a proper evaluation. Say something.
Is it better?
Yeah.
No?
Better. Keep going.
Okay. Fortunate thing is, hey, Miro, you are muted, so I just want to make sure I can hear you. So say something.
Okay. Yeah. No. Loud and clear. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. Can Brittany hear you? Or is this Jay?
I can't get it. I tell you what. Let me just reboot. Give me 2 minutes. I got a super fast, and I'll be back. Grab some water.
Okay. Cool.
Popcorn. I'll be right back. All right. Thanks.
Okay. Cool. I got you. So I can fill in some of the blanks. What Jay is referring to is, so I had the privilege and honor to get a corporate speaking gig. I manifested this, guys, because I've been wanting to work with like corporations that where I knew the checks are not going to bounce, you know what I mean, who have the budget and build those relationships as well. And I can tell you how I got here, because who here wants more like speaking gigs with corporations? Who feels like that's an important thing? Cool. It was a total accident, to be honest. I worked for this corporation called Cerner, and it's a healthcare IT company in my corporate career. And then one day, after being an entrepreneur for 3 or 4 years, I literally ran into this guy where my son Elliot went to school. And so his son Dawson and my son Elliot became best friends. They wanted to do a play date. And I was like, and he told me he worked at Cerner. I was like, you worked at Cerner? I used to work at Cerner. So anyway, we connected on how bad of a place that was to work for. And then, you know, he was really inspired by everything I'm up to with entrepreneurship and everything. And so when he went to up level into a new company, you know, he brought me on. But I got to speak at Cerner for free. That was the thing. I got to speak for free. I got my foot in the door. I blew everyone away. I had like a 45-minute presentation, and I gave him like 2 hours worth of value. And not saying I went over time, I was right on time. I just like gave him the heat, and I was so ready for it. I was blowing them away, right? And they knew there's so much more content. They wished that we had more time. And so we're gonna have to bring you back. He kept saying that. But so he went to a new company, and now they actually had a budget. And he's like, oh, we need a speaker for this retreat, this employee resource group. That's what Jay was referring to. ERG, employee resource group. So this is a group of all Black men and women professionals who are basically saying, look, we have a unique set of challenges being Black in corporate America. Let's mastermind essentially and see how we can elevate each other and bring in speakers and experts, etc. So they loved the content I brought in before about the matter model. the idea that you matter and overcoming objections, limiting beliefs that prevent leaders from pursuing their vision and maximizing their impact on life. And so that had really resonated with them. So just for you to think about too, what of your content that you currently offer in other places is pivotal, that it makes sense in the corporate leadership environment. Where do leaders and employees benefit from this? And it's a whole rebranding, different type of conversation really. But you know, if the pillars of what you teach is clear and it makes sense for any human, then it's possible. It's worth talking to somebody about how you make that pivot. But so now we got our foot in the door, and you know, we discussed payment and everything, and he wants to do 4 hours, and I said no, like it's got to be a minimum. Like my bottom, like I won't do it for, you know, less than $500 per hour. Like it's my ideal is like 5,000, you know, but I won't do it for less than 500. And he said, well, we got to cover these 4 hours. I said, well, what I can do for you is I'll bring in my guest expert, who's actually my mentor, like one of the greatest of all times, who's going to be crushing it for you guys. And so now I'm giving, you know, Jay the alley-oop to come in, support all of us as a presentation, and also plant a seed to expand the opportunity. So and he actually expanded the opportunity. Not only does he get to speak at the workshop, he's going to be on the panel in front of the entire corporation. So instead of being a small sort of interest group, we have a panel with this entire like Fortune 1000. I'm sure, I don't quite know where they're at on the list, but massive company. And so Jay just expanded the pie for all of us, and I'm sure there'll be future opportunities that I get to dish out to the group as it comes up. So welcome back, Jay. I just gave him a little background. That was choppy for me. Brittany is shaking her head.
I think it's the signal. The connection is really low where you're at.
Okay. All right. Well, you know, as is, I'm thankfully, you know, bow out and say thanks for the opportunity to kind of talk today. And, you know, it is what it is. Technology is what it is. So next week we'll have a conversation. Obviously, we'll be on, you know, with the company this week, and obviously we have other things on. So everybody, thank you so much. Thanks for the opportunity. All right.
Of course, Jay. Thank you, brother. Sweet. So we got an opportunity to get some time. We just got a lot of information though. Both Clint and Jay, and some of the things I've shared about corporate speaking gigs. I want to really turn it over to you and do some shares. You know, single biggest hi, my name is, everybody gets to share because there's no hiding here. This is playful out. It's the ground rules. Hi, my name is, right? Who are you? What do you do for people? We got to share my single biggest takeaway so far. Okay, something you've learned today. My single biggest takeaway so far from anything. What's Clint shared, what I shared, what Jay shared. And single biggest takeaway and my vision for 2023, like what I want to accomplish this year. Now, there's a distinction between a vision and goals. So I guess my biggest goal, I want to get into goals. What my biggest goal for 2023 is get that focus. All right, so recap. Who are you and what do you do for people? That includes your name. And my single biggest takeaway, my single biggest focus. Let's call it that for 2023. And unless you have somebody who's got a burner who's just like ready, I'm just gonna volunteer you guys. You're gonna get it. Place on the hot seat.
I nominate Alec.
All right, Alec, you've been nominated. Welcome, brother. Welcome to Manifest X Mastermind Monday edition.
How you guys doing? Can you hear me good? Can you hear me good?
Loud and clear. And since I think, is this your first time, my man?
Yeah, I was actually getting my script from Lewis Howes. I'm his MC for Some of the Greatness.
Oh, great.
And I was talking to him, and then I get a text from Britt. She said, hey, I need you. Hey, can you get on? I'm like, hey, Lewis, I'll hit you back. Let me see what's going on. So I did this for her because I love Brittany. So I got it, but I'm glad I'm on here. So nice to meet everybody.
Love that. Love Lewis Howes. We hung out at MITT, obviously.
No doubt.
Yeah.
No doubt.
Let's give Alec a warm Manifest X welcome, you guys. You know how this works. Find your mute button, unmute button, better. And on three, we're gonna give Alec his warm. What's up, Alec? 1, 2, 3. What's up, Alex?
What's up, Alex?
What's going on?
Alex?
Hey, so great to meet everybody. I came into the Zoom a little bit later, but I caught a little bit of Clint's thing. I'll go backwards. What was the thing that you said you want us to hit on real fast?
Who you
Myro.
are, what you do for people. It's
Okay.
Miro. You're good. Miro the hero.
Miro. Sorry about that, brother. People mess my name up all the time. I get it. I'm sorry. My name is Alec Simon. Motivational entertainer, event MC, conference MC, festival MC, touring percussionist. I tour with the world tour with Pieces of a Dream on their world tour. I did Stomp on Broadway for 10 years and did the world tour. I MC for a lot of big stages. Sean Whalen, Lions Not Sheep, Operation Underground Railroad, Tim Ballard, The Fight Against Sex Trafficking, which the movie comes out in July 4th, Sound of Freedom. Of course, Lewis House, Summit of Greatness, Chris and Jen Gottlieb. I MC a lot of big stages. And I also speak when I am MCing. I still throw out motivational to the crowd. I really don't, people hire me to keynote speak, but I'd rather MC the event and then throw my little 2 cents in as I'm MCing the conference. And pretty much I just like, just like helping people, and I just like bringing people together. And that's my thing. I'm in front of thousands and thousands of people every week on a different stage. So sometimes it's good to be intimate like this and just to hear other people's values and other people's story, because we're all in this together, whether you believe it or not. And last but not least, I took one thing from Mr. Clint, and Mr. Clint was, I seen that he pushed his coaching. Like, I coached about 20 some people yesterday on how to speak and on how to be on stage and how to have stage presence. And I didn't charge, I didn't, get the thousands of dollars when they gave me donations. But it's funny because that was like confirmation today that people ask me, how do you do stage presence? Ella, can you help me? So I think I'm going to pursue that more, of helping people be on stage and learn how to talk and how to engage with the crowd and find your points and get in and get out being on stage, and not being to not make a audience member look at their phone. They pick up their phone, you lost them. So that's my main thing. You try to keep them on that scale and keep it moving. So that's what it is.
Fire. And what's your super biggest focus for the year? Like one goal that you're knocking out this year for sure?
One goal I'm knocking out this year is to stay away from distractions. Stay away from distractions. Yeah, stay away from distractions. That's the main thing. We get TikTok videos sent from our friends, and we think we have to open it up right away, but we really don't. I can't buy them minutes back. So staying away from distractions, staying focused.
Super important. I hope everybody's taking notes, because that gets to me. Everybody add that to your goal list: staying away from distraction in 2023. So good. While you're here, and I'm going to open this up for everybody, because I didn't say this before, for the hot seat experience, Star Seat. Let's call it the Star Seat. And welcome, Vajana. We got some new friends today. So what I want to offer you, what does support look like? Because one of the things that we do here at Manifest X Mastermind, we plant seeds and sow crops. And so planting seeds mean seek in every encounter to diagnose and support, right? It's the acronym SEEDS, to diagnose and support, to really understand what's really going on and how can we support you. And asking those curious, clarifying questions to really be able to get to the heart of what people want. Because the truth is, most people think they know what their issue is or what they want, but they don't. And so that's where we're missing the boat right from the start. Being able to ask clarifying questions to get to the heart of it is what actually is 80% of the work, because then the resources, the opportunities, the connections are right there. So I want to give since you're brand new here, give you an experience of getting clear on what you're needing to move the needle. For example, not being distracted or actually accomplishing your goals, or anything that can support you with that. And so it's planting seeds, asking those curious questions and getting clear, and then sowing crops. So connections, crops, again, acronym, you can write this down, or somebody's going to put this in the chat. Connections, resources, opportunities, people or systems. Connections, resources, opportunities, people or systems. And so systems, why is that important? I'm glad you asked. Systems is important is because we don't want to just solve a problem one time. If you can solve a problem forever, we're going to take the forever solution, right? And an example of a system is, we use a text database to send invites. If you have a low, someone's gonna put this in the chat. It's already happening. Thank you guys. I can count on my team. Thank you, Brittany. It used to have a low struggle with getting people to come to my virtual events or in-person events or really anywhere. Certain systems that really help me is having a database like an email. Well, what's really working for me is text database. Whenever I choose to do like a broadcast, I can send a text message to 100 or 200 people using this little tool called Text Magic, and then I have 10, 20 responses within the first 5 minutes every time. I'm just saying that as an example so that when we offer systems, we give people something that works. When you talk about focus, I mean, there's tons of systems that can help with that. So not that saying that you're challenged, it seems like you got it. But if you were to share, what is like a challenge or something that will help you move faster when it comes to staying free of distraction or accomplishing your goals?
To be honest, mine is the help. Like I'm gonna rewind back because I like a lot of things that you said. And it's not.
Oh, my bad. I just hit the mute button on you by accident. I didn't mean to mute you, brother.
Oh, you okay?
Go ahead.
It's not so much the people, because I'm a people person. I think mine is I've gotten all my gigs and big stages through me being on another stage and somebody seeing me and say, hey, I need him. I need my event to move. I need my conference to move. We need his percussion ensemble. I guess mine is kind of like an opportunity. I think open the door because a lot of people don't know what I do until they see me. I think that's what it is. I've just been blessed to just go with the flow and have work and really not have to keep promote, get an agent, do all the stuff. It's just been happening one-on-one. But so many people, even my celebrity friends who we see in Hollywood and who we see on movies, who I have on this phone, they say, Alec, more people need to see what you do. You need to get people to promote you being an event MC with a percussion ensemble, because the way you move crowds, several people say, I've never seen nobody do that. And I've been to a million events and they've been boring. People need to see you move crowds. So I guess it's opportunity, like, hey, I have an opportunity for you to do. It's not me saying, hey, I need this, because it's been a blessing. But I think more opportunity. I think I'm taking more as saying, hey, do you need this? Do you need this? Do you need to put myself out there more so people can see, humbling myself and saying, hey, I'm here to help. And I actually think I did that with Britain. I think I'm going on the right path. I had to pray about it, but so that's pretty much what it is.
Yeah, I acknowledge you, Alec, because what you're doing is you're saying like this is exactly space for this, by the way. You're saying, look, I've got opportunities, I'm doing well, I'm great at what I do, clearly because you're here, and I'm looking for more opportunities. And so this is the exact place for that. People say, stage show up all the time, podcasts, virtual events, in-person events, conferences, summits, all day. Actually, as soon as you started speaking, I'm like, I'm thinking of an event where you might be fitting in. Literally, so you already have that energy. There's a conference we're doing. It's a 10,000 person conscious relationship event, and I'll see if that fits in for you.
Awesome.
And we definitely always, not always, but we're definitely looking for more sponsors, speakers, and music, of course, moving.
Awesome.
So we can connect on that for sure. But to your point, and I believe clarity creates reality. Are you open for, so what does support look like for you, right? So what it means is like, I'm looking for connections, introductions, and my ideal stage is a blankety blank. I don't work with blank, but I work with blank, that level.
Support looks to me in a nutshell, because yes, I live in Orlando, Florida, but I'm also from Ohio originally, but I'm a New Yorker, lived in New York City. So it's that I made it in that city. So that's the city that grew me in this performing world. So it's a dog-eat-dog world. It's like, hey, ain't no beat around the bush. I think support for me is mentioning my name in a room full of opportunity when I'm not even there.
Amazing.
And they say, hey, we need somebody to MC. Oh, hey, I got a guy. Here's his stuff. Here's the video. Here's his IG. Look him up. He's great. That's just plain and simple. Mentioning my name in a room full of opportunity. Simple.
Boom. All right, team. Can you support Alec with that? Raise your hand if you can. Let's
bless you guys.
Let's go. So welcome to the tribe. Welcome to Manifest X, brother. I just sent you my direct calendar for my connections calendar, so we can jam. I'm gonna introduce you to my people, and we'll jam a little bit more what that looks like and everything.
Awesome.
Put them on stages. Let's go. So that was the hot seat, guys. Let's give it up for Alec. Brittany, Empress, I want to have your opinion. We have some 11 amazing humans on here. We can freestyle just like this, where we go one by one and have everybody on display like a buffet, right? Or we can do the breakout rooms and have them have their private experience. What do you think?
So what I'm feeling is that everybody get to do a breakout room for like 2 to 3 minutes and then come back and we get the hot seat. And then we close out with some attitudes, gratitudes. Can we do that? Can I get a Ashe and Amen?
That's a lot of words. Ashe and Amen. Yes. Let's go. Okay, great. Breakout rooms are getting opened momentarily. Am I doing the breakout rooms? I'm doing the breakout rooms.
Yes. And elect Simon, the calendar link to book your Miro epic event with him is in the chat.
Thank you. Thank you. Breakout rooms are open. Again, the questions are, what are you up to? You already know. Have fun.
Okay. What are the questions so I can broadcast them in?
I'm just typing them up. I got you. Oh no, it went. My broadcast went away. I was like halfway done
Oh no.
typing it. Okay. I'll you know what? I got you. I'll send it real quick.
You got it? Okay.
Mhm.
Cool.
Person with shortest hair goes first.
All I see is, who are you? Person with the shortest hair goes first.
I'm doing one question at a time, so it doesn't get the
Okay.
read again.
I'll work that out. What's your biggest? Oh yeah, that's tight. Magic. Uh-oh. I already know what they're looking at me for.
Uh-oh.
Yep, it's about that time. There, see? Yep.
Sucks that Jay had low signal.
I know.
I was gonna suggest him to just do a phone call. He could literally call in. I think it would have held up, but he was pretty committed to not doing that. That's cool too.
It's a holiday today, so I think that's fine.
Yeah, he's at the barbershop with his son. That's perfect.
Yeah.
So what questions did I just broadcast? Can somebody read them back to me? Anybody? Nope. Okay. I'm at question number 4. I don't know what that is. So I did focus. What's the biggest takeaway that I did go? What's the biggest challenge? What does support look like?
Yep.
That's the biggest challenge in family.
Boom. All right.
Hopefully people are looking at the the broadcast.
We got telehealth
is
has done
it?
this a million times. He's good. Empress, somebody needs to go into the room with Clint has not joined, so that's okay.
That's
Devin,
all good.
is Devin even here? Like it looks like is that him or is this
I think
It
it's
says
like
like-
that Fireflies thing.
we're not gonna do that anymore. But he must have opted in to join the room.
Yes.
Right?
Yep.
So he must be on the computer be there. Okay. Nope, it says not joined. So we're gonna kick out. We're not gonna do that anymore. We're not gonna have people who are Fireflies who don't have screens on. We just don't, because that could be anything, and who knows what they're doing with their content. I don't like it. So just so you know, in technical integrity, it's not a safe container when we have random question mark people. We're not doing that.
Yeah. Who is
So Devin, I know Devin, but what the fuck this is, I don't know. And so yeah, unless we see his face and hear his voice, he's not coming anymore. I decided. Beautiful. And then Alec is with Fernando and Monique in the studio, in the room. So
Excellent.
they should be jamming. Gorgeous. Cool. How much time did we give them so far?
I don't know. Empress, you said about 3 minutes, but they just got the questions, so let's give them
Another minute and a
Yeah.
half, something like that. But yeah.
maybe I don't know, 2-3 more minutes.
Okay.
Devin.
Is that per person? You know what? I'm gonna float into the room and just see how they're doing.
Perfect, thank you.
In fact, I'm gonna float into room number 3. Will you check on room number 1? Actually, I haven't met Rania. I'm gonna float in room number 1. And Brittany,
It's Ranjana.
yeah, I'm gonna go meet her. Did you invite her, Brittany?
Yeah, her and Alec.
I know. I see you. I see you. Good job. Let's do this.
Do you
I'm
want me
gonna-
to respond to one, or did you
I'm
want
gonna go to number 1, and will you go to number 3, Brittany?
Sure.
Okay, just to check how they're doing, if they switched or not, and all that good stuff. Time check. How much more time they need?
Unless Empress wants to join in number 3.
No, I'm right here. I'm good. I'm straight.
Okay. Well, you haven't gotten to connect with Alec so much yet, so you know.
Oh yeah.
All right.
Plus I gotta go to the bathroom. While y'all do that, let me go. Clint, you still there?
Welcome back. Welcome back.
They got like 30 more seconds before everybody's kicked back into here.
Great.
Of course, my mascot has to make an appearance.
My biggest takeaway is that Tony Robbins and Grant Cardone are not famous. What? Insane. You can be a small, what is it called? A big fish in a small pond. You know, you can have your people that just like know you, and you're a celebrity to them. And honestly, like Facebook groups open that up for me. Like there's a lot of people who was like, yo, you'll run this Facebook group of 500 people. You must be a superstar, you know?
In defense of Tony Robbins, you can go to places and say and talk about Prince, and then nobody knows who they are. You know, Michael
Totally.
Jackson.
Totally.
But that's just me. All right.
Yeah, like everybody's gonna be like Kermit C. Burns. Yes, everyone will know him. Let's go. So welcome back. How was breakout rooms, everybody? Good stuff. Good stuff. I saw some magic action happen. People celebrating wins, making introductions and referrals, client referrals. Ranja was on fire, just like, oh, I've got clients for you in networks and platforms. Just, okay. So I want to actually hear from Rania and do a couple of shares. And Fernando, I'm gonna call some people forth. Maybe Monique has something for us. We'll see. So I'm checking the time. Got 10 minutes. So rapid fire, share with us some takeaways from your group, and then tell us who you are and all that good stuff. Starting with Rania. Everyone, say what's up, Rania.
What's up, Rania?
What's up, Rania?
What's up?
You're muted.
Sorry. First of all, I want to say thank you for Brittany for inviting me into this mastermind. I love it. My name is Ranjana. I'm from Copenhagen, Denmark. I live currently in San Diego, California. I love the breakout rooms, and Permit shared about his business, what his needs are, you know, what his goals are for the year and what he want to change. And yeah, I got some connection with him, and I know that Brittany got that as well. I might have an important client for him that's actually running for president in 2024.
Nice.
Yeah, so he landed in my lab a week ago. So we have been having many conversations ever since. So we going in the air on the 1st of July. Anyway, that's just a sidetrack. So, but that's a client that I have for you, Kermit. That could be very interesting to take to the next level. So who I am, God has given me many missions in life, but one of my focus on right now is my health business. So I do preventative health, and we want to help people to create awareness about their cellular health, because sometimes we're walking around and we actually not knowing what we're doing is correct, and we don't know how our cells is actually absorbing. So that's my focus at the moment. I'm part of a business that has been around for 17 years. And we, like Tony Robbins, I worked for Tony Robbins for 4 years, and Tony walks his talk when he does his intervention with people and everything. And I work with his team. But when I say that we walk our talk with our health, is what we do, because we have tested close to 1 million people worldwide, and it's showing that 97% of those people are not in the right ratio, which is between omega-6 and omega-3. And that's why we know what we're talking about. And we know that there's a lot of people here worldwide, but also here in America. The Americans show that they're actually 99% out of balance. So I know that I have a huge mission here in the United States, and that's where my focus is right now, to help people to heal and create an awareness, because the pandemic, unfortunately, create a lot of awareness that people are not healthy. So it's a great time right now to focus on that area and really take your help, because we're all here for a mission, right? We all have our mission, we have our goals, when we accomplish, but can we really do it without our health? No, right?
Yeah, clear.
We gotta have the energy, we gotta be able to work. If we do what we love to do,
Yeah.
we gotta have our health with us.
Yeah. So I want to share something. I'm chiming in real quick. I'm loving interruption. I love your passion. It's very clear that you're on a mission, and there's a lot of work to do. 99% of people in America alone unbalanced. And cellular health, I feel, is like super potent. I know, using theta healing, I'm aware of like how much of our disease and trauma is stored in our DNA, in our cells, and most people are walking around unconscious of that. So I acknowledge you for doing what you do. And just so you know, because you're brand new to Manifest X, this is a place where you can request support. So the question I want to invite you into is, how can we support you? And give you some examples is, I'm looking for client referrals, I'm looking for podcasts, I'm looking for stages, I'm looking for, I don't know, coaches, mentorship, a funnel guy, a VA. I'm just giving you some examples. So what does support look like for you?
Well, I'm looking for, connections. I'm a queen of connecting myself, but I'm always looking for client referrals. I'm always looking for support, being connected, because we never know who's we are meeting at. I mean, here, in a networking group, we never know who we are actually going to meet and make the difference for, right? So I'm looking for connections or client referrals. It can also be, health professionals that I want to connect, because my mission is really to help people. And the more people I connect with, the more I can spread the words and share knowledge and science and everything that I do. So that's the kind of support that I'm to be connected to. I can also speak at stages, right? Podcasts about health.
Who's your ideal client? That's my biggest question I have for you.
My ideal clients? Well, there's so many, right? Because we're I know.
You already answered my question, because you want to go to like your most like ripe. So one of my dear mentors and friends, Meryl Gladstone, she's a verified accredited investor. She's had her millions many years ago, and it's just been now, she's probably 70 years old right now, but she looks 40, and she's just this amazing angel of a human, totally humble. And she's like, Miro, you're doing all this work, working with all these lemons, and there's peaches over here. It's like an orchard of peaches available, right?
Yeah.
And I was like, damn, snap. She's basically telling me, look, there's people who pay your, $50,000 mastermind, and they don't shrink, they don't flinch. They just like go travel the world, do everything that you're up to. You just decide what you want. There's people who buy that, I was like, oh, snap. And so I literally reworked my, I have 3 avatars. And I reworked my, I've got the coaches and the healers going from 0 to 1. Then I have the people going from wherever they're at to consistent 6 figures and past it. And then I have my millionaire people, and they're just fucking amazing. I love them. And so it's real clear. If I go in a room and people ask me who I work with, I'm like, I'm gonna tell them a story about working with Meryl, how we manifesting her compatible soulmate, or how, Tommy and I went to the Fuck Yes Life retreat in Mexico. But I'm gonna speak to my highest vibrational client, because I want more of that. You know what I mean? Yeah. So I'm sharing this with you because the opportunity is, and I know I'm not just speaking to you, I'm speaking to everybody. It's super crystal clear on what your dream client looks like, your ideal stage, the ripe and ready peaches, because as you speak and put words into it, your words create your worlds, and they'll resonate.
Exactly.
And we also know who to refer you to. Because otherwise, if you're like, oh, anybody, then yeah, guess what? You're going to get anybody.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So that's funny you say that, because I recently landed a potential or business partner, but he's in the sports field, right? He's really strong in the sports field, right? I want to be connected to health professionals, health professionals that are, knowledgeable in that science field already.
Perfect.
Doctors, yeah.
Now that's fucking clear. Y'all see that? How clear that is? I want to talk to doctors. Like, okay, cool. I know like 12 doctors. So let me start, you know what I mean? So this is how we can support you.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah.
All right.
Thank you.
Of course, let's give it up for Rania. Let me pronounce your name excellently. Like, language is important to me. Your word is beautiful. Your name is important. Ranjana.
Yes.
Yes?
Ranjana, yes.
Ranjana. Let's go, Ranjana. We did it. I was taking a risk there, y'all. That was edgy. Let's go. All right, let's give it up for Fernando, everybody. Warm Manifest X, welcome to What's Up, Fernando?
What's good, guys? What's going
Fernando.
on?
Fernando, good to
It's a
see you,
blessing
bro.
to be
Where you
good
at?
to be on.
Dr. Phantom.
Los Angeles. Thank you, Miro, for having me on here, for putting this together. Empress, it's always hear great things about you as well. And Kermit C. Burns invited me to the line today, so it's a pleasure. As Les says, it's a plum-pleasing pleasure to be on with you guys. So let's go. Appreciate you guys. Just a breakdown, just kind of who I am, what's going on.
Yeah, it's like your 30 seconds of who are you? And
Cool. Okay. So Fernando, Los Angeles, California. I am one of the co-founders of Black Days Los Angeles. It's a networking group in Los Angeles to support businesses of color. We have Black, Latino, all the above. It's just to provide resources. My favorite thing is to add value to people. I believe my people perish for lack of knowledge. There's a lot of things that we don't know. So applied knowledge is power. So if we learn these things and apply it, now we start seeing some breakthroughs. We start seeing some manifestations. We start seeing some next level stuff. So that's my goal, is to add value, to put resources together, put people together to show them. Like right now, I'm actually meeting with a couple people right now. Kermit's on his way. But the goal is to add value. So I'm helping them with their credit. I do credit. I learned to do credit because I wanted to clean up my credit, but also help people look at credit a different way. We were always taught, use money, but we use OPM, other people's money, and we leverage this stuff. So my goal is to help people get better credit so they can get their LLC, whatever their gift is. The goal I lead them to is to get an LLC, take that gift, develop the business lines of credit, because you're going to get a higher business line of credit when you have good credit.
Come on,
so
tell
now
him,
we take.
Come on now, tell him.
So now with that higher level of credit, because most of you on here have a heart to serve other people. Well, when we have more money, we can do bigger and better things. I'm an ambassador to Food Bank. I love serving people. Tomorrow we'll serve 200 people. Wednesday we'll serve 175 people, families. Just come in and be blessed with that. But I have to have income coming in to be able to do stuff like that. So my goal is just to help people look at what they want to do and then add value to it. Throw on good credit, throw on getting some corporate business structure, and then take your life to a whole nother round, because that's what it's about. Once you get there, it's what do you want to see? Who do you want to help? Or even better, what does self-care look like? I work with a lot of women, and self-care is a bad word. Like, what is self-care? My nails done, my massage? Last time I got a massage was when? 6 months. Most women I speak to, the average massage was 6-9 months ago. Wow, treat yourself, you deserve it. So as we're in meditation, you might as well get that massage, let them chiropractor crack some things out, just to enjoy life. I'm not gonna kill your name. What Sister Rajana was saying, we need that healthier mindset, a healthier body. Like, man, that's next level. There's a lady I watch, she's a vegan. She's like 7 years old. She looks like she's 40 something. I love that stuff. Like, that's what I talk about. That's what I represent. That's what I love.
Love it. Welcome, brother. Welcome to Manifest X Mastermind. What does support look like if you were to look for opportunities, resources, something you want to accomplish that we can support you with? What is that?
Client referrals and good VAs.
Oh, snap. Amazing. So I've got you. Well, keep coming back to this group. You know, we got you. Do the breakout rooms. And I've got some resources. And one for everybody. I like to do personal introductions, but one thing I have for everybody is onlinejobs.ph. What's amazing about that platform is that this is what I'm using now for my next round of VAs. I use Upscale as well. But what they do is you don't pay, basically. You can see the talent there, and then you don't pay until you select somebody that you love. And for online.jobs.ph, actually your first 2 weeks, you put them to the test. So you really only pay them after the 2 weeks that they already delivered value. And then you can decide if you continue with them or not. So I like that because it kind of takes the risk out of it. So yeah, hit me up for that, but onlinejobs.ph, it's there, it's the internet. And then I have introductions to different service providers, actually staffing agencies that will place VA setters and appointment setters and all that stuff inside of your business. So if anybody else has resources.
I saw Kermit looking behind Fernando, and Fernando dropped, so.
Oh, they're like, we're
I
here.
don't know, Kermit has it on broadcast or.
Oh, there he is.
Can't hear
So
you.
we'll have a meeting here that we're supposed to meet him. So that's
There.
probably that's what we're doing.
Yeah,
We
it
have
is
a
5
meeting
o'clock. It's good. Kermit, thanks for bringing your friend, homie. Bring him again. We like him. Okay.
It's a good guy. Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. And we'll see you guys next week. Create something epic this week.
Sure. Own it. Thanks, y'all.
Let's go. Let's go. Guys, I don't know where the time went. It's 5 o'clock, yo. It just like I blinked and we're here. So much bombs today. Wow. Thank you, Brittany and Empress for bringing Clint Arthur. What a fire powerhouse, modeling so excellently how to present and show up as your celebrity superstar self, and support others with the same thing. I love meeting you, Alec, and what you're up to. I look forward to connecting with you more. And we acknowledge all of you for being here. Ranjana, our new member, our guest. Come back next week and let's jam on getting you connected. We can talk about what it means to become an official member as well. But we'll cross that line when we get there. Till then, have an amazing week. Stay connected. Join the group chat. We have a group chat. So make sure you're in there so you get invitations and you don't miss.
All right. And then also, Miro, recent updates. Are we using a new Zoom room with the registration?
Yes.
So we need to put it in the group chat.
Thank you. Absolutely. Go ahead and handle those announcements.
New link next week. So we'll be having people do the whole registration process so everybody gets the calendar invite, and we can have things on more of an official foot forward. So I'm going to put that link in the chat. Give me 1 minute to grab it because it was an amazing day today. So let me get that in.
Monique's, you're getting Alex IG. That's what's happening in the chat right now.
Yes. Let me see how. All right, let me get this. So starting next week, we're going to be on this system. So make sure that you register, sign up, and we look forward to having you all back because missed out on Jay. He's been dropping just amazing nuggets of wisdom, things that I haven't even heard of. And I've been around many circles. Ranjana knows that I spoke to one of her connections at an event that she invited me recently, and he had no idea what this trust was either. So it is some high level stuff. And I'm really sad that y'all missed him this week because the signal was bad, but it's mind blown the level of knowledge that he has. He's worked for the White House. Miro can share more knowledge, and it's just it's incredible having him here. So please come back next week for what he shares, because he's been dropping these wisdom nuggets on us for the past couple of weeks, and more people need this. So
yeah, on a mission to rebalance the economic scales of justice and creating generational wealth in the process. So tune in for the next episode. In the meantime, create something epic and awesome, and connect, co-create, collaborate, procreate, manifest. Let's go. Bye, y'all.
Give Lil Buckley a slide.
Thank you again.
Thank you, Brittany.
Thanks for joining in, and hopefully you can join us next week too.
Yeah. Yes, that would be awesome.